What's up, people? I'm back. I am back. Doom, doom, doom. What's up, people? I am back. Four Angles Part 2 for you. All right, people, I'm back. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're feeling good. If you know that little tune back there, you can send it to me later. All right, so today we're going to continue with our angles information. And of course, that means you need to know previously about complementary and supplementary. So complementaries have a sum of what? Have a sum of blank degrees. And supplementary angles have a sum of blank degrees. And let's see if you know what they are. All right, so if complementaries have a sum of blank and supplementaries have a sum of blank, what are you going to put in? Complementaries have a sum of what? I hope you all say 90 degrees. All right, and supplementaries have a sum of 180. All right, so remember, complementaries are going to be the ones that have the little right angle in the corner. Supplementaries are going to be the ones that make in the straight line or the straight angle. All right, so today you definitely going to need a calculator. Okay, we didn't use a calculator on the previous lesson, but you definitely need one today. So either have your cell phone close by or get your little calculator out somewhere, have it laying by. I think we're going around everything today to the hundredths place. All right, so we're just going to go to the hundredths place. I think would be good. Okay, so go to nearest hundredths. That sound good to you? Hundredths place? All right, I'm going to do it with the hundredths place. All right. So let's say you've got one that looks like this. All right, so the first thing you need to do when you see that, of course, is decide, hey, is that complementary or supplementary? And since it's making a straight line right there, that, of course, means it is going to be supplementary. So these two angles, whatever they are, added together, okay, going to equal 180. So let's say over here on this side, you know this is 5n plus 12. And over here on this side, it is going to be 2n plus 8. Okay? So again, we've got an obtuse angle here. We've got an acute angle here. And when we add those two together, whatever they are, we're going to set that equal to 180. All right? So we're going to go back and redo and reuse some of our previous knowledge about like terms, constants, and setting up an equation and see how this works. All right. So I got to do 5n plus 2n, which are my like terms, and then 12 plus 8 are my constants. So 5n plus 2n, of course, is 7n. 12n plus 8, 12 plus 8 is, of course, 20. And like I said, since this is making a straight line right here, that means it's supplementary. So we're going to set that little equation equal to 180. So we've got a little two-step equation here that we're going to be solving. Okay, 7n plus 20 equals 180. All right, you can go back to your train track method. You know, we've used that a few different times this year if you want to. We're going to subtract 20 from both sides first because we want to get rid of the constant. And of course, a 180 minus a 20 is a 160. Then we just track the little 7n down here. And then, of course, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide by 7. 7 divided by 7, of course, is a 1. Now I got to do 160 divided by 7. I'm not going to make you work that out on paper. You can just do that on the calculator. And we're going to go to the hundredths place. I don't know if you can see that very good or not, so I'll turn a little bit. So that is 22.857. Since there is a 7 right there, that means I got to round that up to a 6. So to the hundredths place, that would be 22 and 86 hundredths. 22 and 86 hundredths. Now here we have solved it, and we have got the amount for n. We're now going to take that, and we're going to come back over here and put it in these questions. Okay, so I'm going to take this number right here, the 22 and 86 hundredths. I'm going to go put it in there, and I'm going to go put it in there and find out how big those angles are. All right, so I got to do 5 times 22 and 86 hundredths plus 12. And over here, I got to do 2 times 22 and 86 hundredths plus 8. All right, so again, have your little calculator out. We're going to do it together. All right, so 5 times 22.86, because that's what I got for n. 5 times 22 and 86 hundredths. And you get that. But don't forget, you got to add the 12 to that, so plus 12. And so that angle is 126.3 degrees. That's 126.3 for this one. All right, so we got the obtuse one. 5 times 22.86 plus 12 means this was 126.3 degrees. All right, so let's go over here and do the small one. So that one is 2 times 22.86, because that's what I got for n. That would be that, but don't forget to add the 8, so plus 8. And that means the acute one over here is 53.72 degrees. And again, we're going to go to the hundredths place. This one actually didn't go out to the hundredths place. All right. Now, if you want to know you did it right, okay, take your obtuse number and your acute number, and we're going to come right here and add them, and it should be very close to 180. It may not be exactly 180 because of rounding, but should be very close to 180, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. All right, so I got 2, I got 10, that's 9, that's 10, that's a 180.02. So very close to 180, again, because they're supplementary. And I took the obtuse one, added the acute one together, just a hair over 180 because of rounding. All right, excellent work there, people, very good. All right, so that's how you do one if it's a supplementary pair. Remember, supplementary is 180. Let's try another one. What do you say? I say yes. All right. Okay, let's come down here and let's try one like this. Let us say you have the picture and it is like this. Yes? Yes. Okay, in corner we have square box here. Square box, of course, indicating that it is a right angle. Alright, now let's come here and bring line down. Okay, now let us say we know this one here is 12x plus 14. And this one here, 4x plus 5. Is this complementary or supplementary is your first question. Well, that automatically gives it away right there. You know, when you see that, that means it's going to be 90. So we're going to add up our like terms. So we got 12x plus 4x, which of course if you add them together, 12x plus 4x, that is 16x. And then we're going to add our constants, which is a 14 and the 5. And the 14 plus 5 is 19. And here's where you got to be careful. Set it equal to the correct number. So this one again, since it is making a right angle, it is complementary. So that means you need to set it equal to 90. All right. So we got 16x plus 19 equals 90. All right. Here we go. Again, you can make your train tracks just like that. Minus 19 from both sides first, because that is the constant. You want to cancel out the constant first. I know you know that drill very well by now. That's a 0 pair. Bring this down. So we got 16x equals what is 90 minus 9. And then of course you divide by
16 on both sides. 16 divided by 16 here is 1. And what is 71 divided by 16 now? That you might want to pull out the little calculator for and do 71 divided by 16. And that would give you 4 point. Now we're going to the hundredths place. All right, so that is a 7 there. So since that is a 7, that is going to round up to a 4, because I got to round up because that's 5 or higher. So that would be 4.44. All right, so I got my x now. All right, so I set up my equation and I solved it to the nearest hundredths place, 4 and 44 hundredths. Now I'm going to take my 4 and 44 hundredths. 44 hundredths. Alright, so I'm taking it and putting it over there for that one. 12 times 4 and 44 hundredths plus 14 I am also going to take it and put it right there. 4 times 4 and 44 hundredths plus 5. Alright, 12 times 4 and 44 hundredths plus 14 is 67 and 28 hundredths degrees. So 67 and 28 hundredths degrees for that one. Let's do the one down here, the smaller one. So we're going to go 4 times 4 and 44 hundredths plus the 5. 22 and 76 hundredths degrees. Now let's add those together just to make sure we did it right. So we got 67 and 28 hundredths plus 22 and 28 hundredths. And that gives me 90.04, and that is close enough, right? Because that's very close to 90. So that means I've pretty much done it right. Just because we rounded that up, okay? We had to round that up to 44 and 44 hundredths. That rounded up just a little more than 90. All right. Everything looking good so far, I hope. I got a little riddle of the day coming your way. All right. Hello, friends. So, hope you're doing all right. Hope you're understanding these complementary and supplementary questions. Make sure, again, you round them to the hundredths place. Today's riddle of the day is, what do you get when you combine a 4-leaf clover with poison ivy? So you're out walking around in the yard, maybe you see some 4-leaf clovers, and maybe over there on the fence you see some poison ivy. And if you combine them together, what in the world is that going to give you? Alright, if you know the answer, don't forget to email it in. And let's get back to the lesson. Alright, we'll see you later. Ciao for now. Peace. Alright, so, in summary, complementary is 90. Supplementary is 180. If it makes a straight line, it's a supplementary. If it makes a 90 degrees, it's a complementary. Make sure you round it to the hundredths place, okay? When you type in your answers later, make sure you round them to the hundredths place. Alright, so you're going to be seeing some of these later, okay? Some of them may have 3 parts to them, maybe like this one where it's got 3. That's alright, you just do the same thing. You're just going to have to do it 3 times instead of 2. Here's another one that's got 3, so again, make sure you put all 3 of them together. All 3 of them set equal to 180. All 3 of them set equal to 180. Alright? Also, I may have you make some of your own and send me a picture of you making up your own problems. Alright? So, don't worry. It's all going to be fine. I am here for you. If you need me, email me. And until next time, I am out of here, baby. Peace out, Girl Scout. After a while, Crocodile. Ciao, baby.